Everyone, it's Kirei here for Bramble Fox, and I have a new layout using a number of different sets. Firstly, the July Fox box. I'm also using the Tropical Leaves set. I've got the Essential Hearts and Elements sets in the spring colorways, and Paper Snips number 60. So I have pulled out a number of photos here. I've got a slightly larger one and 4 smaller ones from our holiday to Lanzarote earlier this year, and they've been sitting there just waiting to be scrapped. I decided I was going to pull out that black memorable perspective from the July Fox box and use that as part of my title. So I've pulled out some papers from my stash. This is the Maggie Holmes Road Trip collection, so slightly older, but it's sitting there. It's a travel collection, which I love, so I was determined to use it, and I've gone for all the pattern papers. I had quite a lot of small pieces, so I've prepared a few of them earlier off camera because I was playing around with what I was going to do. So I really just wanted to create lots of different pattern paper layers. I've gone with a pretty bold background. I've got that sort of black leafy frame with the pink pattern paper sat over the top of it. So yeah, I got sort of I felt like the black pattern paper worked really well with the memorable as my title. So I have distressed the edges of all the pattern papers. The pink one I have stitched down with black thread, and then I've layered all of the other pattern papers behind the photos down. They're all stuck flat because I've got all the edges distressed. I've lifted them up, so I've created quite a lot of dimension anyway. My photos I have mounted on a soft green pattern paper, and then of course I've distressed the edges of those, and then I've stuck those down, and I've just used foam pads at the top and top of each photo only because I knew I was going to get quite a lot of embellishments around the bottom. And then I'm just pulling out different embellishments from the collection, and also the fabulous perspectives. I've got this lovely Tropical Leaves set here, which is new. It's in the shop now. And of course, we were on Lanzarote, very tropical. And so, in fact, I'm wishing we had that weather again because we certainly aren't getting any at the moment here in the UK. So I've got all of the tropical leaves there. I'm just sort of sitting them in there with the fussy cut flower clusters that I've got, and they're just in gold. So it was this specialty paper, and I've just fussy cut a number of those out. I'm creating some clusters at the top and at the bottom of the photos, and then I'm going to tuck in the tropical leaves around the top and along through the floral clusters. Just got a tag top there. I'm just adding in. I will tie a little bit of thread around the top of that. I forgot when I was sticking it down, so as usual I've got to try and manage it once it's all completely stuck down. Sticking down the perspectives, I'm using glossy accents. I am layering them over each other, and you'll see here I do have to add a bit more glue in a moment because it's not quite enough. You need to add quite a bit of glue just because I'm sitting one over the top of the other. I just want to make sure that it's really nice and secure. And then I'll raise the flower clusters up on foam pads, mainly because I'm actually tucking in those perspectives underneath them. So I just wanted to give those a little bit of height there so they tuck in nicely. And then it's a really dark, rich sort of dark green, and then you've got that really nice pop of light, sort of limey green there as well. So I just like the little bit of colour that it adds to the layout because I've got a lot of sort of slightly softer tones, but in this I've got that striped paper in the background there, which has got greens and pinks and blues and in it. So I just feel like that just pulled out the green. Now I have my these took a little bit to stick. I've got the DIY epoxy flare there that I've punched from the Paper Snips, and it's just got a little cocktail on it, so it was perfect because my husband and I, we went to this. It's like a fine dining restaurant in Lanzarote called Kirei, and it had this amazing tasting menu, and and those sort of white curved things that you can see. They're effectively like little individual seating areas outside of the restaurant, and they just overlooked the sea, and it was just beautiful. Yeah, it was really, really lovely. So yeah, it was such a nice experience, just a little bit more special. So yeah, so I had to add a little cocktail epoxy DIY there. Sorry, I've moved around because now this is nighttime, and I've realised my camera, I've changed the angle slightly. So yeah, and you've got a slightly different light. Okay, I've now got my title. I'm going to call it a memorable night out. So I've already got the gold, smaller gold alphas there, and then I'm going to stick down the memorable perspective now. And then I've pulled out, I've got a few more of the perspectives over there on the left, the essential hearts and elements set. And I thought I would look at adding a few of those in. And then I pulled a few more little pieces of ephemera here, just working out what I wanted to add in. I sort of wished I'd added the butterfly. I add this sort of vellum flower at the top, which is fine because it's got the pink tones in it, and it works fine. I just wished I'd added the butterfly because there was a bit of gold on that, and I thought it actually looked really nice. Then I fussy cut a couple of the seagulls from the paper snips as well. And then I'm just adding those in, and I'll tuck one in at the bottom cluster. I did cut out the stories tab. It's just at the top of my photo. I don't think I mentioned that earlier, but I did. Should have seen it earlier, but I've just tucked that in. That was also from the paper snips. Then I've just got these little corner elements. I just thought I'd add them in there just at the top right and bottom left. Just pulling the center together. Got the little pink arrow that I'm going to bring in just underneath. And then I think I will add, there's a couple of hearts I'm going to add. I think, yes, I do. I'll add one at the top, and I'll add one down here, just working out which one to use because I've got a slightly larger pink and then the other sort of softer pink there. But I'll go with the softer toned pink. I thought it sat better with the pattern papers that I've got. And then I'm almost done. I think, what do I do? I've still got to add some journaling, of course. I always add journaling. Can't do a layout with adding something, even if it was only a line. I just like to make sure I know where it was, and also to put a date on it, because that is so key when you're actually filing layouts. I found when I've not added dates, that is such a pain. So I'll add my journaling below my title, and then I'm going to just add some gold splatters because I've got a little bit of gold through on the layout because I've got the gold fussy cut flowers, and there are some gold elements on some of the pattern papers. So I'm just bringing in a few gold splatters at the top and the bottom, just around the clusters. And then I'm pretty much done. I think we're going to have some close-ups in just a moment. Here we go. There is the final layout. And here are the close-ups. You'll see those fabulous perspectives. We've got the memorable from the July Fox box. We've got the tropical leaf set, the essential hearts and elements, and we've also got the paper snips. I hope you've enjoyed watching the process video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.